All right, everyone, we have a Brian Cates at Draw and Strike thread right here. I have a difference of opinion with people I follow and respect on here about how much trouble Trump really is in as he heads into the 2020 election cycle full swing this summer. I am firmly in the Wichtert camp of thought on this. Trump has way more advantages than he did in 2016. Here's a toot from Thomas Wichter on Quadverum. Trump did fine in 2016 with universal global negative press coverage. The idea that he's worse off now than in 2016 is laughable. Complacency is indeed a bad thing, and we certainly don't want to fall into the problem the HRC campaign, HRC, Hillary Rodham Clinton campaign had in that last election, thinking they had it in the bag right up to that last fatal night. But people saying Trump is in big trouble right now when it comes to getting reelected are just scaring you. He won in 2016 when he had the entire resources of the US and international media and left arrayed against him. Trump has way more advantages versus disadvantages than he did in 2016. For one thing, he's the incumbent. He will now have a 3-year record to run on. Secondly, he'll be running against a Democrat candidate heading an increasingly fractured base. Expect the impeachment wing of the D party to widen its split with the moderates at the top as the next year goes by. Yes, in today's Democrat Party, Pelosi is a moderate. Ponder that. Quote, they didn't feel the need to cheat so hard in 2016, but they will now, I'm being told. Well, watch. They are already starting to fool themselves again with the polls that have Biden in front of Trump by double digits. Democrats are accelerating their leap to the far, far, far left, which is causing them to bleed support they used to be able to count on. People are leaving that party in droves. You have no idea the massive, humongous, Mount Everest-sized amount of cheating they'd have to do to keep it close in a national election, given the ground they'll have to make up by November 2020. We're being told, just as the Democratic Party makes it clear it has become the party of psycho-lunatics, it's also growing in number and popularity at the same time. That is an illusion, pimped by desperate people. Isn't this awesome? Isn't it grand? Millions of people are flocking to the Democratic Party to stop evil Trump. Aren't you excited about this, people? Sure, bro. Look at Texas. You know how long I've heard liberals and progressives pine and whine about fantasies about turning Texas blue? It's been going on 20 years now. And some people think it's actually going to happen. Well, kindly allow me to retort. Yup, Democrats are doing a bang-up job turning the state blue, folks. And here we have county maps of Texas from 2014 and 2008 showing that the map remains steadfastly red. Now, true, last election in the 2018 midterms, Beto got really close to Ted Cruz. I admit, I was surprised by that. That was the first time a Democrat actually challenged that close in a statewide race in almost 2 decades. But do you know why it got that close? The Democrats got it that close by pouring in a massive amount of out-of-state money into the race. Over 2/3 of the money O'Rourke got came from outside of Texas. That's the only reason this was close. A massive injection of resources from out of state. Despite all you hear about illegal voting in Texas, how the Dems have supposedly been bringing in a rampaging horde of illegal voters for decades, this state isn't even within yodeling distance of flipping blue. Again, take a good look at the trend since 2008. They might be able to flip a statewide race in a few years if they continue to devote a massive amount of out-of-state money. But here's the problem. Democrats are having formerly blue wall states flip red and purple. People still can't process what Trump did in 2016. Trump went into blue wall states and stole their voters away. He will continue to do this in 2020. He's going to pin them down and force them to play defense in blue states that are flipping purple and red. They're dreaming if they devote resources to flipping red to blue. Even during the campaign, people who could see what was happening were questioning the wisdom of dropping massive resources into Texas to prop up Beto, when a lot of the money could have been used elsewhere on races where there were, far greater chances of winning. Democrats will gaslight you, and fearmongers on our side, looking for attention and clicks, will gaslight you just as enthusiastically. Trump is about to epically bitch slap the Democratic Party. They are going to help him do this by continuing to embrace lunacy over the next year. Trump will continue stealing voters in the blue wall states. Sane people will continue abandoning the Democratic Party, and they'll get so frantic and desperate with the cheating because they will realize they'll have to do 6 or even 7 times the amount of cheating just to catch up. This is why they are already panicking. This is why Pelosi looks like crap these days. She knows what's coming. She's got a pretty good idea of the Godzilla-sized amount of cheating that would have to be done to win in 2020, and she's already getting depressed about it. Flip Texas or Florida blue? No. They'll be pinned down desperately trying to hold on in states like Wisconsin, Michigan, and elsewhere. Trump will be on the ballot this time, and Dem's strategy of keeping the election local won't work like it did in 2018. That's at Draw and Strike, May 30th, 2019.